Welcome to this explainer. We're going to act as your friendly guide to transforming your baby's first food experiences into a truly vibrant, stress-free adventure. If you're currently navigating that crucial window between 6 months and 1 year old, when your little one is just starting to explore solid foods, you absolutely know it can be a beautiful, messy, and frankly, kinda overwhelming time. So today we're diving into the fascinating research behind introducing healthy foods. We'll specifically look at vibrant vegetables and why the environment you create is literally just as important as what's actually on the plate. So, if you've ever dealt with those brutal post-screen meltdowns or exhausting mealtime battles, let me tell you, you are definitely not alone. Today we're going to unpack exactly why this happens and, more importantly, how to fix it. See, we often look at picky eating and sudden hyperactivity as two completely separate issues, right? But science actually shows us they're deeply connected. A baby's developing brain is trying to process an incredible amount of new information every single day. When we take the complex sensory experience of trying a new food and pair it with an environment that is already maxing out their mental bandwidth, the result is almost always chaos.
Here is our menu for success today. First, setting a calm foundation. Second, eating the colorful rainbow. Third, safe textures for babies. Fourth, avoiding sensory overload. And finally, building lifelong healthy eaters. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. Setting a calm foundation. The critical link between environment and eating.
Let's start with the foundation here, because the atmosphere in your home directly impacts how your baby's developing brain processes new foods. You simply can't expect a baby to mindfully explore the taste of a new vegetable if their nervous system is already on high alert. Chaotic environments, like having a loud TV blaring in the background, lead directly to those dreaded behavioral crashes and feeding resistance. This happens because of overstimulation. Basically, that's when sensory input, think bright flashing lights or super dense audio, completely exceeds a baby's capacity to process it comfortably in real time. Think about it. For infants under a year old, their brains just aren't equipped yet to filter out all that background noise so they can focus on the food in front of them. If the room is overwhelming, the meal is pretty much over before it even begins.
When we compare high and low stimulation, you see a really stark difference. High stimulation media just blasts the brain with rapid scene cuts, highly saturated colors, and really dense audio tracks. Contrast that with a low stimulation environment, which features slow pacing, predictable movements, and really simple storylines. A slower, gentler environment actually allows a baby to mentally construct what is happening without experiencing all that sensory overload. Practically speaking, this means turning off the chaotic background television and creating a peaceful space where they can actually concentrate on the smell, the touch, and the taste of their food.
Section 2. Eating the colorful rainbow. Discovering the superpowers of vibrant vegetables.
Okay, now let's dive into the really fun part, bringing a treasure trove of vibrant, Pixar-worthy colors to your baby's plate. Nutrition experts emphasize that the absolute best way to ensure your child gets a wide range of vitamins and minerals is to literally eat the rainbow. These natural plant colors come from compounds called phytonutrients. Rather than getting bogged down in all the scientific details, just think of this as your ultimate cheat sheet for your baby's physiology. Green veggies like peas and broccoli, packed with calcium and vitamin K for bone building. Purple foods, they provide vital antioxidants for brain protection. But most importantly for your 6 to 12-month-old, you have to pay attention to the safe baby prep. Everything needs to be steamed, smashed, pureed, or baked wonderfully soft to ensure it's perfectly safe for early eaters.
Now check out this really fascinating psychological trick called perceptual congruency. Clinical studies show that if you pair a familiar, matching colored cartoon character with a new food, it actually tricks the brain into loving it. Seriously. For example, if your baby loves a green-colored character from a gentle, low-stimulation book, serving them smashed green peas alongside a picture or toy of that exact character significantly increases their willingness to taste and actually consume it. You're basically leveraging their natural visual preferences to build healthy dietary habits right from the start. It's a total game changer.
Section 3. Safe textures for babies. Creating the perfect baby-friendly bite.
Moving from what to serve to exactly how to serve it, let's look at the best ways to prepare these foods for infants who are just starting solids. At this age, texture is absolutely everything. Instead of worrying about hard chunks, you can just follow a super simple 1-2-3 process to turn any vibrant veggie into a safe, delicious puree. First, steam the vegetable until it is wonderfully soft. Second, mash or puree it into gentle clouds. And third, always do the squish test. If you can easily squish the food between your thumb and index finger, it's safe for your baby's gums to mash.
This simple trip transforms sweet potatoes, broccoli florets, and carrots into completely safe, nutrient-dense clouds of color.
Now, while we definitely want them exploring new foods, safety has to come first. Keep in mind, a 6 to 12-month-old's airway is incredibly small, so keeping specific choking hazards entirely off the menu until they're at least 4 years old is absolutely vital. We're talking big chunks of hard food, whole nuts, popcorn, and those round, slippery foods like whole grapes or cherry tomatoes. Those pose a severe risk. You always want to cut round foods lengthwise into thin slices and make sure to thin out peanut butter with water or breast milk rather than serving it directly on a spoon.
And as your baby approaches their first birthday and slowly transitions into toddlerhood, keep this magic number in mind: 1 cup. Aiming for just 1 combined cup of these colorful, safely prepared veggies per day is the ultimate goal. You really don't need to stress over massive portions at every sitting. A 1/4 cup here, a couple of smashed tablespoons there, it all slowly adds up to that 1 cup daily target. All right, Section 4. Avoiding sensory overload. How screen pacing impacts your child's brain.
Let's connect the dots between those healthy meals and the media your child might be consuming right before or during mealtime. We talked about a calm foundation earlier, so let's look at the exact science of why high-intensity screens disrupt your baby's day. Research shows that a massive 80% of the time in high-intensity children's shows is dedicated to rapid cuts, where the scene changes every 1 to 3 seconds. We now know for sure that this rapid-fire pace depletes a toddler's executive function. When the screen flashes and changes perspectives that fast, the infant brain has to constantly restart its processing engine. They literally can't construct a mental model of the space. This is exactly why kids can look like zombies while watching, and then completely melt down the second you turn the screen off. Their sensory systems have just been totally overloaded.
As this guidance from the American Academy of Pediatrics makes super clear, it isn't just about throwing out all screens entirely. It's about deliberately choosing low-stimulation, gentle content that actually matches your child's regulation needs. The pacing, the volume, and the colors all matter tremendously to a developing brain.
Look, we know parenting is exhausting, and sometimes a screen feels completely necessary. But for this specific 6 to 12-month window we're focusing on, the medical guidance is clear. Avoid routine screen time altogether, aside from video chatting with family. Their brains simply need real-world interaction to develop properly. As they get a bit older, replacing those rapid-fire animations with intentional, calm co-viewing protects their sleep and prevents those hyperactive behavioral crashes we all want to avoid.
Section 5. Building lifelong healthy eaters. Practical habits for a lifetime of wellness. Let's bring it all together and see how this builds into a beautiful, lifelong relationship with food. It's all about combining that calm environment with the right nutritional habits. Consider these golden rules your daily toolkit. As your baby starts eating more distinct meals, try to balance a protein, a produce item, and a grain. Keep their little kidneys and teeth safe by avoiding all added sodium and sugar before age 2. Remember, your baby is always watching you, so model good eating by enjoying your own veggies right next to them. And honestly, perhaps the most comforting fact of all, research shows it can take 10 to 30 exposures for a baby to actually accept a new food. If they spit out the pureed spinach today, that is completely normal. Just keep offering it in a calm, pressure-free way. By embracing a low-stimulation environment and serving a vibrant, rainbow-colored plate with perfectly safe, squishable textures, you hold the absolute blueprint for raising a healthy, happy eater. The science is entirely on your side here, and the journey is really just beginning. So I'll leave you with this one question. Which new color of the rainbow will you introduce to your baby tomorrow?